What's up, people? It's your boy Clement here, and I'm here with my partner
Ebenezer.
And today we're gonna talk about things that affect your credit score.
Very important topic.
Very important topic.
Yep.
If you're looking to build new credit, if you're looking to improve your credit score, or your credit score is down the hole, so you want to fix it because you've made a lot of mistakes on it, these tips are for you. Okay, we're gonna show you what actually contribute to your credit score. It's about 6 items. 3 of them are high impact, 1 of them is a medium impact, and the remaining 2 are low impact items. So let's not waste time. Let's drop these things. Our first one, high impact one, payment history.
Payment history. Is payment history the highest one? I think, right?
I think so.
So payment history is a very important part of credit. Credit history, credit score, everything, right? It's more about how you have used credit in the past, from you getting a credit card to you getting a car note to you getting a loan, like a personal loan or anything, any type of loan, and anything you have done on your credit. How much payment you have done on it. On time. It's no late payments, anything. Obviously, it's still going to attribute to that. But it's more about what you have done with the payment history. How much percentage have you done? Have you made 100% payments? Have you made 60%, 90%, and stuff like that? So payment history is the most important part of it, because the moment you miss a payment, that's when it starts affecting you, okay? And it's going to be on your credit for like about 7 years. Yeah. So you do not want to miss any payment. If you have missed it, try not to miss any more. You can add some to it.
And let's bring it to the layman's point of view. Payment history. When you borrow somebody's money, you need to pay it back.
Yes.
And you need to pay it back on time.
Yes, sir.
So, for instance, if you have a credit card, normally they bring you statement balance. And on your statement balance, they have minimum payment and they have your payment due date. Make sure that by the due date, you pay at least the minimum payment.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have money, make sure that by the due date, pay the minimum payment.
It's going to accrue interest, but at least you have made a payment,
right,
and it counts as you have
paid on time.
You have paid on time, yes.
So if you don't pay the minimum payment by your due date, that's when they start reporting that you missed a payment.
Yeah.
So as long as you cover the minimum payment,
it's actually going to be on the statement date.
Yeah.
So there's I don't know if you're gonna have to do like a separate one, but there's a minimum payment time and the statement time. You may pay on the minimum, but it's gonna reflect when they report it to the credit bureaus. But yes.
Right. So point blank, you borrow money, whether it's your credit card, a loan, car note, student loan, mortgage, whatever, on your due date, make sure you've made payment by then.
Yes.
If you're gonna build credit and be a responsible person, and I'll look you in the eye and say, make payments on time. Because if you don't, they're gonna report it as a missed payment.
And so if it's $100 and the minimum payment is $30 and you pay $29.99, it's still a missed payment.
Yeah.
You have to pay at least the minimum payment for it to count as an actual payment. So it could be $10,000 if you pay as the minimum. If you pay $9,000.9999, it's still gonna be a late payment because you didn't pay the full minimum payment at least. Okay.
Right. And things like mortgage, car note, and those kind of things, you want to pay your mortgages on time, pay your car notes on time. When you go over it, it's considered a missed payment.
Yes.
And it start creating a lot of problems for you. And guys, you could have an excellent credit score. When you miss one payment, you're gonna see your credit score drop just like that.
Your heart is gonna sink. Okay.
Yeah. And which is why it's a high impact item.
A very high
it's high impact because if you don't pay on time, boom, it drops your credit score.
Yeah.
And you know, the crazy thing here is that payment history, right? You know, 97% If you drop 97% or below, it's considered poor.
Poor.
So 100% is considered excellent.
Yeah.
99%. So if you've made 99% of your payments on time, which means you've only missed like one payment,
yeah, mostly
it's considered good. So it still drops it. 98% is fair.
Yeah.
So if you've missed like very few payments, it's considered fair.
Yeah.
97 or below is considered poor.
See, we are talking. We are having like a good amount of time to talk about this because it's very important and it's very serious. Okay. Just if you have a credit card, whether it's mortgage, rent, car note, whatever you have, bro, just pay the money
On time.
on time, and just don't try to miss even one payment.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. You just don't want to miss any payment. Make sure you set up automatic payment for all of your stuff. Okay, except you really can't and you have to like really manage your money. Even that means you have to manually check your things. Set up automatic payment to cover at least the minimum payment. Obviously, make sure there is enough money in the bank to cover it, but make sure that you are disciplined enough to set up automatic payment to make it minimum payments if you forget to pay. Yeah.
Good. So, and that's the part of credit that we can help you fix.
Yes.
If you miss a payment, there's no going back on that.
We can give you money to go pay your stuff.
And I mean, once you miss it and it's reported as a missed payment, we can fix that for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like eventually, over time, it's gonna get better, but it takes 7 years. Okay.
Yeah.
And see, it could be $1. It will be reported as late.
Yeah.
If you owe $1, you don't pay $1. Some people like, man, it was only $5. You still miss the payment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pay your debts and pay them on time. And if you don't have money to pay all of it off, make at least the minimum payment by the due date.
Yeah.
And worry about the rest later. I've seen some people who say, oh, the statement balance was, let's say, $200. I was planning on just clearing everything off, but I didn't have the money by then, so I didn't make a payment. I was just waiting till I get all the money.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's how you screwed your credit up.
Yeah.
If the minimum payment is $20 and your statement balance is $200, and the due date comes and you have that 20, pay that 20.
Pay the 20. Yeah.
And then you can worry about the rest later.
Yeah.
Just don't wait.
Or don't use the card at all if you don't got the money.
Yeah, this is not an individual thing where you just call your friend and be like, "Hey, buddy, I told you I was gonna pay you on this day, but I'm sure."
Which most of you never do, anyways.
Yeah. So
let's go to the next one. It's taking too long.
So the next high impact one.
Yeah.
Derogatory marks.
Derogatory marks. That's one thing you don't ever want to see on your credit card. Yeah. Apart from is that the next biggest one?
Yes.
Is that it?
Because when you miss the payment,
okay,
it can drop into that.
Okay. Well, so let's follow with that then. Derogatory marks. Okay, you don't want anything bad to be reported on your credit, right? So derogatory marks starts from collections. Basically, collections is when, if you don't know, collections is when you owe somebody money. You don't pay the money. Maybe they have attempted to get the money from you, and you don't even try to make any arrangements. And they take it to there are people who are set up to do that. They take it to them. Hey, this person is not paying the money they owe us. They take a cut, probably get some money from them or whatever, and give to them. Once it goes to them, it goes on your credit report. He didn't pay his credit. He didn't pay his money, and so now it becomes a
big deal.
What is the thing about people? Your resume, right? It gets on your resume that you are this type of person who don't care about stuff, right? Sometimes the collection is not even may not have done anything. There are some people who go to an apartment. When my apartment that I was in, right? When I left, they did tell me before that automatically when they check the apartment and everything and they see maybe it's the carpet is whatever and stuff and you have to pay anything, they will give you the chance to pay, but they will send it to like collections people, it's kind of dumb, but some people do it. Or if they attempt to call you and they don't get you, they will send it to collection people. So sometimes it's not like your fault. That's why you have to pay attention to your credit report. And then if you see anything that is not you, or at least you can see it fast enough so you can fix it. So that's the collection. What's another the great thing?
And sometimes before it shows up on your credit score, they will try as much as they can to get to you, whether it's through phone calls, letters, emails. They will make sure that you're supposed to make payment, but you've decided not to make the payment.
That's one thing. Go ahead.
So I remember, and that's the one I can use for an example. When I was in school, I went to the hospital at the time. My insurance paid most of the debt. But I think I had like $120. That was my part that I was supposed to pay. So when they sent the letter to my address in school, I had already graduated.
120.
So I never got that letter. And guys, it could be as little as $1.
$1.
So don't say that you owe the bank $1, and since it's $1, you're not gonna pay, and they're gonna forget about it.
It could be 50 cents.
It doesn't work like that. Okay, they have systems set up in place that will report you automatically.
One good thing is that they will try to notify you. Via email or and then some people, mostly you get a mail at least where you register with. You will get a mail at least. That's one good thing.
So mine, and the good thing about derogatory marks. Me, I be Kumasi boy, so me, I'll be struggling. But anyways, it is what it is.
But that word is hard anyways. Derogatory. Anyways,
derogatory marks. So the good thing about them is if it goes into collection and you actually pay it off, it gets taken away. It's not like the payment history where if you miss it, then you miss it.
But then it still will be there depending on how it is. But they at least the moment they take it, you will see like a credit increase. I've done it for people like in the credit fix we do. Like you will see that it goes up.
Because mine, I remember that hospital bill. I guess they sent multiple letters to my address in school, and I had graduated.
No response,
so no response. So they sent it to collections, right? So one time I'm sitting at work, and guys, like we said, when you have apps like Credit Karma, they send you notifications when things change. Make sure at least every day log in for a second and check your credit.
Or twice. I recommend, even if you don't want to be doing that, once or twice a month. Today he actually got a notification
that my credit was pulled.
He was like, what is this? We were trying to dispute it. Then he checked the details and it was like something that he may have done. So if somebody has this information,
I would know in a day. So what I would have done is I would have just called the bank, verify, and I'm still going to call them anyways and make sure it's what I'm thinking. But this credit card bill, I got a notification on my phone. A derogatory mark has been reported on your credit. I was like, what the hell? I didn't do anything. And I logged in. So normally when they report it, they show the bank,
the number you can call, everything. And all the information is on your credit report.
So I called that number and I went to the collections guys. And I was like, I just saw this $120, collections bill on my credit. What's up? And then that's when they were like, it came from the hospital, and they said that they've been sending you mails, but you haven't been responding. So they handed the debt over to us. And then I was like, okay, how can I pay it off? Because I graduated, that's why. And they gave me a link that I can use to pay it. And I paid it off. It's like 2 weeks later, it dropped off my credit.
One thing about that, we're going to talk in another video, or that's when you book an appointment with us and we're going to tell you about how to deal with collections to make the best out of it. But we're not going to make this too long. Another thing for derogatory, or that's it? You got?
I think the derogatory, the crazy part also is that 0 is excellent. You haven't been to collections, you don't have any accounting collection whatsoever. 1 is fair. So from excellent to fair, there's not a good in between. It's 0 and then 1 is fair. And then 2 or more is poor. So if you have 2 accounts in collections, it's very likely going to drop your credit score by like at least 50 points. Maybe 100.
So just be the adult that you are. And then if you are, if you knew how to open a credit card, knew how to take a loan, you knew how to do whatever, just pay. Just be disciplined enough to pay. And then we all busy people, right? But then try as much as for once a while, go in your credit report to see if there's anything odd, there's anything open your name that you do not know about or anything. So derogatory marks is basically anything wrong on your credit, including the collections, and then whatever bad. I've seen a couple of stuff, things that mispayment will eventually go to collections to become that. So
so if you miss, and this is where it gets tricky. If you miss your payment with your bank or whatever, they're going to report it as a missed payment, right? So it hits your credit score, and then if you still don't pay it, they send it to collections, where it becomes a derogatory mark on your credit. So this payment that you missed is a double blow for your credit. Missed payment, and then it goes to collections. So you have to deal with it right there too. So, but sometimes, like I said, it could be a medical bill. It could be something that you did that maybe you forgot about. If you see it on your credit, call that number on there to investigate. If you investigate and it's something that you did, work with them to pay it off. So, this video was enough to cover the payment history and the derogatory marks, right? And EB and I, we have EBC Finance. What we do is we coach you towards getting excellent credit. We coach you towards using your credit to do whatever you want. Coach you towards maximizing the potential of your credit. So we have our link under the video where you can use to book an appointment and get a free consultation. It's free. We're not going to charge you anything.
If you got to go in further start, then the consultation is for free.
Book an appointment. Let's look at your credit together and let's see how we can help you improve it.
We wanted to cram it all into one, but when we started talking, we came about a lot of things, so it made the video longer. So we're gonna make a part 2.
So watch out for the part 2. Reach out to us if you have any questions. Drop any comments. If you're okay dropping the comments out here, we are gonna learn from it. Any
suggestions, anything you want us to talk about and start?
Just drop it and like and subscribe to this video so that we can bring you more content.